Hey guys, so today I was listening to the Lore Hero podcast, and this subject was briefly brought up.
Like very shortly after GH3 Plus came out, there was like a full album FC. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was by that fella Jarhead. But he got like a full album FC, and it was like the one of the longest FCs we'd ever seen. 12,000 notes.
Asai gets basically everything right here, but to tell the full story of the first full album FC, we need to go all the way back to 2011. One of the earliest instances of a full album charted into one song is the iconic Colors drum chart by Onyxite and SH Grins. This album is unique in that every song flows together, making it natural to have all the songs stitched together into a single chart. Now we can fast forward to the time period Asai was talking about, around August 23rd, 2015. This is when Exile Lord released a patch for GH3 PC that allowed you to make songs with more than 4,000 notes. This was huge because now long and difficult songs like Cry for Eternity could be charted properly. However, it also meant that songs that were much, much longer than 4,000 notes were now possible. Now let's meet the main characters, Jarhead HME, and myself, not Subby Dude. In late 2015, Jarhead and I played GH3 basically every day, and we were both fans of the album Everfree by the artist Tarby that came out earlier that year. Like Colors, Everfree had several songs that faded seamlessly into one another. I'm pretty sure it was Jarhead who came up with the idea to make a chart for Everfree just like the Colors chart for drums, but on guitar since GH3's note limit had been broken. So I decided to take on the challenge. It was extremely grueling because I'm pretty sure I was still using Feedback Chart Editor, if you know you know, but with Jarhead and Abby supporting me, I finally released the Everfree full album chart on New Year's Day 2016, to honestly very little fanfare. And after only 5 days, Jarhead got the FC. He hit 15,967 notes over an hour and 18 minutes and scored 5,595,555 points. At the time, this was a monumental accomplishment. It was perhaps the longest FC ever in terms of time and note streak, and it achieved 5.5 million points without being an overchart or a gimmick chart. Tarby himself actually commented on the video. Jarhead noted in his description, "I honestly don't think I can get another FC that I will be more content with than I am with this." What I find so interesting about this is that each song individually was fairly trivial for him to FC, but the idea of not being able to miss a single time for over an hour and then execute a tricky solo and then try not to choke for another 10 minutes, it just had never been done before. The song was so long, in fact, that GH3 PC took over a minute to load the stats screen once the song ended. I'm gonna play it now. This footage is unedited. Everyone mentioned in this video deserves a massive shout out. Onyxite and SH Grins for inspiring the full album chart, Exile Lord for breaking GH3 PC to make it possible, Tarby for his incredible album, Abby for being a huge support, and of course, Jarhead for getting the first FC. As for me, I'm personally honored that my chart in some way spawned an entire genre of full album charts that survived well into the Clone Hero era. I'm so happy that people still go back to it and that it's remained somewhat relevant to this day. I recently looked back at this chart and thought, you know what? This could use an update. And then I thought, I think every chart I've ever made could use an update. And then I thought, I should release a new setlist called Ultimate Subby Hero for multiple platforms that features 70 updated versions of my best charts along with achievements, rewards, and progression. That is exactly what I'm doing, and I can't wait till it's finished and I can share it with all of you. Thank you for watching.